Hi, I'm Scott from Advantage Auto Service, and for today's tech tip we're going to talk about your headlights and the headlight polishing service that we offer. Manufacturers years ago started making headlights out of plastic. These aren't glass anymore, partly because of when they get in an accident, it's cheaper to make them out of plastic. It's kind of safer, it doesn't shatter all over the place, and believe it or not, it's lighter in weight, which helps with emissions and lightweight of the car. So if you look, what happens over time is you just start to kind of fog up or cloud or oxidize. Most of this is on the outside, sometimes you can get some on the inside, but this is something that can be taken care of without having to replace these, because on some cars this can get expensive. We're going to do this in a few different pieces because this process takes about an hour to actually polish these, so we'll stop and start a few different times, but right now this is the before look before a headlight polishing service. So the first step in actually doing the headlight polishing procedure is to mask everything off. We tape it and masking tape it so you don't scratch any of the paint. We don't want to make a mess on the rest of the car. What we're going to do next now, you might be able to see how this is hazed up a little more. There's a three-step sanding process. We start out with a very coarse sandpaper, then with a medium grit sandpaper, then a very fine sandpaper. And we're going to wet sand this to get all this oxidation off of it. So that's technically the second step, is will be the sanding. That's what we're going to do next. So now the first step is done. We've masked it all off. The second step, we've done the polishing of it, or actually the sanding of the oxidation to get it off it. So what we're going to do next, the next two steps, will be actually polishing this back to a smooth, clean texture. Okay, so after all the sanding and polishing is done, we actually have one final step of polishing to do these, and then apply a sealer to them, and these are going to look brand new. You won't even be able to tell the difference between these and a new light. So 3 steps done, 1 more to go. Okay, so here you have it, the final product after it's been sanded, deoxidized, polished, and then sprayed with the sealer. The big difference in this, and the reason you do it, is really for safety. It's not the way it looks in your car, but it's how much light can get through the plastic. When it's all oxidized, you're not going to get the light as far down the road. And trust me, this really does make a big difference. And this will cost you probably 25% of replacing both the headlight lenses. If you got any questions, give us a call at Advantage Auto Service.